And you don't just have a good Saturday. I thought we had a really good preparation.
And the work ethic of this staff and this program will not change.
When I laid my head on that pillow, I knew this was it. This was where I wanted to be.
Before I left, I told him I wanted to come play for the University of Kansas.
It is, a really big honor.
Saturday it shows up when those little things, when those little boxes aren't checked.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, we sit down with the kid who's found his way home. Zeke Mayo tells his side of possibly working himself into KU's starting lineup.
Plus, with K-State football on a bye, it's a good time for players, coaches, and us to discuss what we've seen so far. Go Powercats, Ryan Gilbert is here in studio to do just that.
And is it too early to crown the projected queen of the Big 12? Well, where K-State and KU women's basketball players land in those preseason polls.
All right, welcome into K-Nation. Landon Reinhardt alongside Caroline Sorrell. We have one team that did not play this week and a team that wishes that they did not play this week.
I would say that's maybe true. Stop us if you've heard this before. Kansas football suffers a heartbreaking loss in a winnable game, where the Jayhawks had the lead late in the fourth quarter. It's been the story of the season so far. Some position groups look outstanding, but the team just cannot find a way to pull it all together. On the road at Arizona State, Sun Devils score right away in this one. The Jayhawks match. Then Jalen Daniels finds Quentin Skinner from 30 yards out to take the lead before Arizona State ties it just before half. The fourth quarter had a ton of action, those 5 touchdowns in total, all in a row, by the way.
As a fan of football, it's fun to watch.
Yes, it was, and it looked like Lance Leipold's squad could finally do it with a 34-yard touchdown to Quentin Skinner with 2 minutes to go before the Sun Devils inevitably scored the game winner with 16 seconds on the clock. A new week, same frustrating result.
Sometimes it might be on the quarterback on the protection. Sometimes it might be a protection mistake on a blitz. Sometimes we're blocking the option man when we shouldn't be. There's a lot of little reasons why we're not quite there. Ultimately, that comes back to the head coach to make sure that we get that corrected. And we could be sitting here at 6-0, and I'd still be saying the same stuff that has to get corrected. That doesn't change, and the work ethic of this staff and this program will not change.
Well, you heard Coach just say it. It's never the same problem each week or even the same play. The case in point here, no turnovers for the Jayhawks. The first time this season, as much as fans like to point the finger at the quarterback play, Jalen Daniels passed for 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and a rushing score.
Great
But
night.
for Daniels, that means nothing. The Jayhawks can't find a win.
You're looking at that, looking in the mirror, you're trying to find every little thing that you can do to be able to help your team win. And quite frankly, I've still fallen short of being able to help my team be able to get to that finish line. This is going to be another week of being able to look at the film, be able to find all the mistakes that I made and be able to try to correct those.
Late defensive issues have been a theme in these losses. KU's been outscored 63-27 in the fourth quarter of these games.
Yeah, if you're going to keep it close, that margin in the fourth quarter cannot happen if you want to win.
Definitely not. And despite the high expectations leading into the season, the Jayhawks are now on bowl game watch. So here's their remaining schedule. They're off next week, then they host Houston, and then things get pretty heavy, that Sunflower Showdown in Manhattan.
Yeah, the schedule really picks up now. After this second bye, they're hosting number 11 Iowa State, then at number 14 BYU. Oof. We know what happened to K-State and Provo. Then hosting Colorado and ending the season on the road at Baylor. A reminder, bowl eligibility takes 6 wins. KU can afford just 1 more loss with that current 1-5 record.
Not done just yet.
Nope. K-State did not lose this week because it was on a bye.
Right.
Chris Kleiman said it's a chance for some veterans to get rest while the younger players get to develop. Looking ahead to Saturday at Colorado, the Wildcats have been struggling off the bye. Losses in each of the last 3 seasons. That weird Friday game at Oklahoma State last season being the most recent. When asked about that, Kleiman likened it to other media storylines that we're guilty of sharing, like home versus away records, day versus night games, or top 25 opponents.
That doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. You better play really well that week. coming off of a loss. Just like if you have a bye week, you better play your best football, home or away. I don't get caught up like a lot of people do in all that stuff, just like, boy, that's a must-win on Saturday, or this game's more important than that one. Just have never got caught up in that in all my years.
Saturday's game is a 9:15 Central kickoff. The last night game was that Horde game at BYU.
Right.
And Caroline, she's going to be there. She'll have coverage at next week's K-Nation from Boulder.
I sure will. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a fun one with the Buffs, with Theon's team, primetime.
Big 12 after dark.
Big 12 after
dark.
dark.
That's what they're saying. Well, until basketball tips off, last week we brought you Big 12 men's basketball, but now we've got some women's basketball.
Yeah, just under a month to go. More fun than scheduling. We have preseason coaches poll to break down, and it's K-State at the top, getting the nod at first place. 7 first-place votes, edging out Iowa State in the women's basketball coaches poll. Aoka Lee, Serena Sundell versus Audie Crooks and Emily Ryan will be a very fun matchup. Number 3 is Baylor, with KU in the middle of the pack after they lost a lot of veterans. Houston comes in last in the 16-team Big 12.
And we've got some superstars. Preseason all-conference selections out. KU sophomore Samaya Nichols gets the nod, along with Sundell and Lee. Lee was a unanimous pick, and all 3 were all-conference selections last year.
And boy, Samaya Nichols going to be fun again this year.
Yes, she is. But the award goes a step farther here. Aoka Lee was named the Preseason Player of the Year, first time for a Wildcat since Kendra Wecker in 2004. Here's Yoki on getting the nod.
It's an honor. Like the Big 12's always been a tough conference. Has always had really good players. It is a really big honor.
That it is. Big 12 Media Days coming up in just a week and a half. Hard to believe. Crazy. We'll have coverage for you from Kansas City.
First time in K-State women's basketball history to be ranked atop the Big 12 preseason poll. And like you said, first time since Kendra Wecker. That's a name that's in the rafters at K-State.
Yes, it is. A lot to look forward to.
All right, don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. Coming up later on K-Nation, it was a packed weekend of Big 12 volleyball. Did the number 8 Jayhawks take care of business on the road? Did the Volley Cats defense home court?
But first, K-State basketball not lacking in the big guys this season. Hear from the 7-foot Kentucky transfer who's already feeling right at home in Manhattan.
From clearing land to building sheds or retaining walls to digging ponds, All Seasons Excavating and Landscape is here to turn your vision into reality. Our experienced equipment operators can create landscapes that increase your property's value. Call All Seasons Excavating and Landscape today.
Step into a world where possibilities are endless.
At Denali Home Design, we believe in turning your dreams into reality. Witness the transformation of your space into everything you've imagined. Denali Home Design. Inspire, transform, elevate.
It's hard to describe the sound of Kansas. At Lewis Toyota, we know you all have different passions. Helping you get to those passions is what drives us. With over 50 years of experience, Lewis Toyota is your one-stop shop for chasing your dreams. Buy local, buy for less, buy Lewis.
I'll see you up there, kid.
When you've been in the senior major leagues as long as we have, injuries are bound to happen.
Ow, my arm.
Here at McCry Plaza, getting you back in the game is our top priority.
Hey, put me in, Coach.
So the next time you find yourself on the injured list, think of McCry Plaza for your rehab needs.
Ladyfingers Automotive. Family-owned auto repair with hands that understand your vehicle. Quality repairs done at an affordable cost. When you're in need of service, repair, or towing, remember Ladyfingers Automotive.
Transform your garage into an extension of your home with a custom finish floor by Garage Force. American made, backed by a lifetime warranty. Our professionally installed industrial grade coatings will protect your garage from anything life throws at it.
All right, welcome back into K-Nation. Basketball season is starting soon, and members of Jerome Tang's crew spoke this week, and they have some characters,
They
Caroline.
do. This group is so fun. Nothing but smiles for Moby, Ike Garuka, and Ugana Onyenso.
You crushed it.
And they told us, thank you, I tried so hard. They told us it's okay if people messed up their names, but so far, they say they just love Manhattan. The word that kept coming up, family. In fact, Onyenso used it 8 times in one answer. But as far as the gameplay, reminder that the Kentucky transfer led the SEC in blocks per game last year, and he tells us that's not the only reason why K-State brought him in.
I'm being involved with the plays. The guards are looking for me down low in the post. So, I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to drop big numbers this year.
And no pressures from KU basketball so far this season, but we have that one-on-one with Zeke Mayo coming up in just a bit. But how about the Volley Hawks, though?
Oh, yeah.
Up to number 8 in the country and still unbeaten in the Big 12 Conference play. Little road trip action returning home to Horsch on October 17th for the Sunflower Showdown.
That'll be a fun one, and heck of a game last night for the Volley Cats. Get this, Iowa State leads 2-0 in the third. Cyclones take it 26-24, but wait, Coach Mansfield challenges the call. It gets overturned. Then K-State goes on to win set 3 and win out the match 3-2.
That's about as close to a loss as you can get without actually losing.
We'll take a W.
Soccer update with 5 games left in the regular season. KU falls at home 3-0 this afternoon to Oklahoma State. Jayhawks now 5-5-3.
And for the second straight week, it's a draw on the road at Iowa State. The Wildcats now sit at 3-7-3.
And bet you didn't see this coming. Check this out. Swim season back in action, and KU women dominated its home meet against St. Mary's, Barton County, and Sterling. Jayhawks take at least the top five, the entire top 5 in every single category.
That's crazy.
Taking first place through 10th place in the 100-meter free race.
Wow.
Domination at home.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
You can say that. Yes. Well, stick around. Coming up after the break, that one-on-one with Zeke Mayo that we told you about. He relives the call he made to Bill Self a few months ago, right after this break.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Established in 2005, Sardo Countertops opened to transform houses into homes and to provide exquisite service throughout the Midwest. The result is a true masterpiece for your home.
Noller RV is the easiest place to service an RV. Conveniently located in Topeka. Schedule a service appointment with us today. And remember to stop by for a courtesy roof inspection. Trust your RV to the experts at Noller RV in Topeka.
My wife and my son and I were in my truck, and 2 vehicles got in a wreck in front of us, and we were collected into that wreck. There was no surprises with Matt. He's got everything lined out. I could not recommend Brett's injury law enough.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Homeowners, we're not just about improving your home, we're about protecting it like a championship team. With Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows, you'll have a home that lasts season after season.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Bill Self and co. hit the transfer portal hard after a lack of depth at the end of last season. And if we had to call it right now, I'd give them a pretty solid rating on the guys that they brought in, Caroline.
I think so, too. And one of those guys is hometown kid Zeke Mayo. He's the reigning Summit League Player of the Year and a former South Dakota State Jackrabbit who's always dreamed of playing for Coach Self. And I got to sit down with him earlier this week.
Well, Zeke, thank you so much for joining us here today. And I just want to ask, I know you've been here for a couple of months, but how good does it feel to be back home, close to family and everything, now that you're kind of settled in and whatnot?
Yeah, it feels good, honestly, just to be here, be close to family, friends, but also, you know, to have the opportunity to play for such a prestigious program and head coach, obviously.
Yeah, and I know April feels like a long time ago, but let's go back to April for a second. Just walk me through that commitment process. I mean, did you look down one day, you're like, okay, Bill Self is calling me? Did you go into what what did just replay that whole day?
Yeah, so actually I was back at school, my previous school, when he called. So he was my first phone call, which was honestly so surreal.
That's crazy.
But once I got home, I kind of took my visit, and he pulled me up into his office, and we had a long conversation, just the business side of things and the reality side of things. And then later, before I left, I told him I wanted to come play for the University of Kansas.
Wow, and you said surreal. I mean, I'm sure that moment was just like.
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, I had my mom in the office, and then my dad who couldn't make it, but my uncle and my brother came with me. So, just to say those words in front of them, and then to see my family just tear up a little bit, it meant a lot.
Yeah, and I know it meant a lot to you, but you said they were tearing up. I mean, how much did that mean to them to watch you do that, especially your mom and those people that have been there for you this whole time?
I know it was a lot for them, but this is something that I've always dreamed of as a kid, and just to be able to play in front of 16,000 fans every night. But I mean, just for them, it's just to be able to see their kid come home and play in front of the hometown and wear the hometown jersey.
Bill Self's been in Lawrence for as long as I've been alive. I'm sure the case is the same for you. But a couple weeks ago, he was on a podcast talking about how there's no way to keep you out of the starting lineup, or it's going to be hard to do so. What's your just initial reaction to seeing him say that, hearing him say that? Just coming from him, coming from Coach Self.
Just hearing it from him, obviously, it means a lot. But I know at the end of the day, the job's not done. I still got to go out there and compete. And I try not to make it all about me. But hearing those words, it means a lot. Just to let me know that I've been doing what I'm supposed to. Kind of exceeding my expectations so far. So I mean, I'm just gonna look to keep doing that going forward.
And I think two things he talked about were the fact that you've been the most consistent guy and the fact that you can shoot the ball really well. Are those two areas that you really focus on a lot? Yeah, most definitely. I think just coming from a small school, I have obviously a way different role than I did in the past. So just understanding, doing the little things that it's going to take for our team to win right now. I think that's the biggest thing for me, just to keep, coaches satisfied and then also my teammates satisfied. When you're practicing, is there a goal that you're trying to hit? Like, okay, you know what, I'm going to shoot 30 of these, I'm trying to make 28 of them. Like, is there a goal that you set for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, we have specific drills that we do. Obviously, I feel like I'm a pretty decent shooter, pretty good shooter, so I do have a goal for myself, and we have a little drill that we call, a 9-spot, where you shoot for 20 seconds at 9 spots, and the ultimate goal for me is probably 60 plus, and I end up, hitting that usually every practice, and if I don't, then I feel like, I need to do a lot better.
Yeah, how many times do you say you hit 60 plus?
Probably every single time except maybe twice or 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Well, and I know you live with Hunter Dickinson too, and you're not new to Lawrence, but you're new, to being in this building and doing this every day and this process and stuff. How much has it helped you to live with him, a guy who is pretty much in the same spot that you were in about a year ago? Yeah, I mean, it's good just because, we obviously have, some chemistry outside of basketball, so, we can translate that onto the court as well. I go to him for, any questions I have about our offense or our defense, instead of going to coaches, because, I feel like a player-led team with someone like Hunter, I think it's a big advantage for us going forward. How fun is it going to be for you to take the floor in that uniform on November 5th at home?
It's going to be, very exciting. Obviously, going to be some nerves, but I'm just going to go out there and play basketball like I have been.
Yeah, and I've seen you, kind of post all these pictures of you when you were little, the circus font jersey and all that stuff, all that dropped yesterday. I mean, is there an emotional piece to that? Like, okay, here I was, 15 some odd years ago, and here I am now.
Yeah, most definitely some emotions running high. I know my family has, dreamed and seen me in this jersey since I was a child. And just to come home and have this opportunity, it's honestly a blessing.
Zeke, anything that people need to know about you? Maybe one thing people don't know? Anything?
I mean, I'm just really looking forward to the year. Can't wait to get out there and represent that Kansas uniform in my last name in the hometown. And it's going to be a great year. I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it, too. Basketball season can't come soon enough.
Can't come soon enough.
Awesome. Well, Zeke, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, one thing that Zeke and I did not get to was the fact that he and Devin Neal, yes, KU football's Devin
the
Neal.
real deal?
The real deal Devin Neal, just to
yeah,
clarify. They grew up together in Lawrence. They're buddies, and I think Devin actually played a role in kind of getting Zeke to come to KU.
We showed the old pictures of them bowling together a while back,
so
but
cute.
to have them come together, and I know you talked about it in the interview, but to have Bill Self say, yeah, I think this kid's going to be a starter. To hear that from the guy you grew up idolizing.
Watching on TV. And
man, how cool.
Yeah.
That has to be really cool.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after the break on K-Nation, he's a K-State insider with the Go PowerCat Network. Ryan Gilbert talks Wildcats' trip to Colorado. Coming up.
Need your fireplace inspected? Make sure you and your family are safe this winter and avoid being a statistic. Certified Fireplace and Chimney now has openings as soon as this week. No need to wait months to be seen. Call or text us today to schedule your appointment.
I've been looking for something that would be able to make the shingles last longer. I'm looking forward to being able to have extra years without having to replace them. I would definitely recommend RoofMax again, and I've already recommended them to friends and neighbors.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Get free estimates fast on new energy-efficient windows from Jeld-Wen. Choose from vinyl or wood windows and customize the perfect size for your home. Get an 11% rebate on all Jeld-Wen windows. Shop our huge selection of window images, blinds, and shades. Room darkening vinyl blinds starting at $11.99 each after rebate. Plus, you can get them cut to width for free in store.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by technology? Hi, I'm Bryce Garner with Network Computing Solutions, and we've got you covered. Let Network Computing Solutions handle your tech so you can focus on your business. Technology working for you.
Hi, Clay Sherwood, Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute. We have Hearthstone wood-burning stoves and fireplaces. We have electric fireplaces. So let Swims and Sweeps keep you warm this winter.
Everyone dreams of having a stunning fireplace for their home, so why not make your dream a reality? Certified Fireplace and Chimney specializes in making these dreams come true. And now with in-home renderings and no interest payment plans, it's never been an easier decision. Call or text today.
Welcome back into K-Nation. K-State football was on a bye this week, but we're still going to talk about the Cats anyway, and we have a special guest here to help us do just that.
Yeah, they got a big game coming up, so why not bring in the expert? We got Ryan Gilbert with Go PowerCat, and to start, full time now. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, it's been fun. For those that don't know, obviously I bartended in Aggieville for a couple of years before I was full time, but it's been great. It's been fun, and I get to be around people like you more. So it's weird not having Glenn here. Like I'm still adjusting to that, but it's been a lot of fun.
All right, let's jump into the questions. We mentioned this at the start of this show. 0-3 the last 3 years off the bye week. Why is that? How can the Wildcats turn that around this time?
Yeah, I mean, Chris Kleiman certainly has been asked about it, and I think one of the biggest things to look at is K-State struggled on the road, right? We go back to last year, losing to Oklahoma State after the bye, and then the year before that was at TCU after the bye. Both those games were on the road, and so the road struggles have been obviously well documented for this team, and so maybe that's more of it than anything, but the record does speak for itself. Kleiman has struggled after the bye.
Yeah, and you bring up being on the road. They are on the road coming up, right?
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about this Colorado team. Maybe what have you seen so far? Maybe at a brief glance, anything like that? I mean, the Buffs are looking good right now, 4-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Outkicked their coverage year to start the season. I don't think any of us really expected Dion to do what he's done, but give him credit. UCF, that was kind of their statement game to stop that rushing attack and put up points. So, heading into the year, this looked like maybe an easy win. Certainly not going to be like that.
Yeah.
After the early K-State games, a big question mark was the secondary, especially against teams that may not have high-level wide receivers, but then K-State did what they did against Arizona. With Travis Hunter and crew coming up, what can we expect out of this group?
Well, yeah, K-State's secondary, I think, has come a long way from some of those mishaps against Tulane and BYU. There were a number of plays against Oklahoma State; they were solid. But yeah, Colorado's got they've got a great quarterback and obviously a great wideout, but coming into the year, that's kind of all we thought they had. They've proven that they can run the football. They have a solid, maybe not a great offensive line, but they can do, they can hurt you in more ways than one. And so obviously the secondary, but the entire defense and the entire offense. It's going to take a team effort to beat Colorado.
Yeah, and I want to talk about K-State's offense as well. Just following Avery Johnson this whole time, we spent a lot of time talking about Avery, but the growth of him from week 1 to now, it's visible. You can see it every single game. Feels like we're going a little bit inch by inch every game. I mean, do you think that's maybe it's a comfortability thing? It's more reps? Like, what are we seeing from Avery?
Yeah, they're opening up the playbook, I think, game by game more for Avery. But you obviously, what you said is true from game 1 to game 5. But also, after that BYU loss, I mean, a lot of things went wrong in Provo, certainly. But Avery Johnson was far from perfect. And so he stepped back in a big way against Oklahoma State and put up one of probably his best game ever as a Wildcat. And so, Johnson was great. But obviously, I think that a lot of fans were frustrated with the play calling early on in the year. Rightfully so, but you can't throw everything on him at once. You got to ease him into things.
For sure. I want to dive into basketball now, if that's
let's
okay.
Let's do it. That's my forte.
That's his forte. Starting to ramp up. Season's just around the corner. Talking to players this week, a lot of fun personalities in this group. What can you tell us about the roster so far?
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And you mentioned it, man. They've been a great group of guys. Our interactions are more brief, but with the time that we're around them, I mean, they're a lot of fun to be around. And not that last year's roster wasn't or anything like that, but this group seems like, Drum Tang wants to get back to the NCAA tournament, and he's got the right guys to do that.
Yeah, and it's almost an entirely brand new roster. You got 3 returners, 9 transfers, 1 freshman. Let's talk about that 1 freshman, David Castillo. I know you were there for his commitment, right, forever ago, but just talk to us about him. I mean, is this going to be a guy that gets in the game from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, the staff has raved about him, and I would be not at all surprised if he's in the rotation, maybe flirting for a starting lineup spot. He is a true freshman, of course, playing in the Big 12, and so it's going to be tough to get in there. But, Castillo's a great kid, obviously a fringe 5-star guy kind of before he got injured in high school, and so he's won gold medals with Team USA and all that. So, Kansas State doesn't have that young of a roster. Like Buddy Rich didn't play much last year. Taj Manning, the other returner, didn't play. And so David Castillo can kind of give them a young boost, and the biggest thing is going to be his maturity. But from what we've heard, he's a mature guy so far.
Yeah.
We're running out of time here, so I'm going to want a quick answer. But Jerome Tang said last week, you can't dance with the pretty girl if you don't ask her to dance first. AJ Dabansa comes in as a visit, #1 recruit in the 2025 class. What are the odds that K-State can land him?
Well, K-State's made, and I'll make this quick, but they've made some progress after kind of entering that Dabansa sweepstakes late, but they've gotten some progress there, and NIL is what's keeping K-State alive here.
Awesome.
Got it.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, more K-Nation comes your way right after the break. Stick with us.
Good Energy Solutions, your local solar partner. We're the only company in the Topeka area to offer Maxion solar panels, the most efficient solar panel on the market, warranted for 40 years of coverage. Call Good Energy Solutions today to get a free quote for your home or business.
Score big with super savings at Noller Ford in Topeka. Drive a new Ford Escape 0 down, just $389 a month. Or save thousands in interest with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Why on earth would you shop anywhere else?
Fidelity State Bank and Trust, Topeka, empowering customers since 1922.
If you're looking at doing some remodeling to your home, debt consolidation, college tuition, your equity is there. We are offering competitive rates and terms on home equity loans. It's a great way to let your equity in your home work for you.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Hurricane Helene has impacted countless lives. You can help. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit ksnt.com/Helene to donate to the American Red Cross.
Don't miss the Mousetrap at the historic Columbian Theater in Wamego.
All right, welcome back into K-Nation. To wrap up, we got Jayhawks on bye next week, K-State on the road. Let's take a look at the betting action.
Yes, what does Vegas have to say? The Wildcats are touchdown favorites on the road in Boulder. Reminder of that 9:15 p.m.
Big
kickoff.
12 after dark.
Yes, KU's on a bye back in Arrowhead Stadium hosting Houston. That's on October 19th.
Remember, Jayhawks can only afford one more loss for a bowl game. K-State trying to go to 5-1.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to.
All right, thanks for watching K-Nation. We'll see you next week.
Have a great night.
I would go with Jefferson for sure. That's kind of the spot for me.
Yeah, they've got good wings.
Yeah, they do.
You need to have your own spot with Ask the AD. So, but thank you for telling me I look good in this.
I knew he was Nigerian. I knew he was from my tribe straight away. I'm not gonna lie. When I came in, they said there was a Nigerian here. When I saw him, I was like, he's definitely not the Nigerian. Oh, okay.